All right, with this WESH2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Mainolfi. A good Wednesday evening to you. You made it to Hump Day here, and 2 days ago before the weekend, and we're tracking a lot in the tropics here. Not only do we have a newly downgraded Tropical Storm Fred to Tropical Depression Fred, we have another invest behind that could be taking the same route down the road through the Dominican Republic and San Juan by the middle of next week. So we're going to get to all of that here in just a second. Let me switch it on out here so you can kind of see what the tropics look like at this hour. And clearly, things have definitely picked up as we've gone into now the middle of the month of August, which is not unusual. This is typically what happens. But we're here now. We're going to give you all the very latest information on what the current thinking is with not only Fred, but as well Invest 95. All right, let's break it down. Terry Theros, Karen Black, Lulu Ferry, Jojo Lovejoy, Gerald Elliott, Zahari Hernandez, Santa. First Coast Tropics is in the house. Good to have you there, gang. Donna Gardner Parent, Denise Andrews, Colleen O'Neill has popped in. Donna Santa Maria Almost, Jackie Price, Helene Risch, Sonny in Jacksonville. Got you there, Sonny. Jojo Vaughn, should I be considering? Not yet, Jojo. I think you're good. Keep it a go. We take a look now at Cynthia Barringer, Tamisa, Cheryl, Michelle Van Zandt, Candy Fry, Tina Wedding, Tom Soto, Michelle Attardi, Sue Ellen Pistorius. Lots of shout-outs there. Space Coast is in the house. Good to have you there, TA. Stephen Bashada. All right. Lots of shout-outs. Let's get rocking and rolling here now, gang, because I know you guys got busy schedules, and we're here to help. We're here to make things run along smoothly for you, reduce your anxiety, and just kind of give you the nuts and bolts of what may or may not be happening as we head through the next couple of days. Tony, Terry, Victoria, again, if you're new to this Facebook Live feed, we don't just do these, or I don't just do these during the tropical season. I do it year-round, every night right around 8 o'clock. So, you know, if you need weather updates, you're on the go, you're busy all the time, don't forget to follow the page. By following the page, that will enable you to get more updates, whether you're at your son's, daughter's events, school events, now band, you got baseball, softball. You can get the weather updates from me 24/7. All right, so the Apm Advisory is in, and as you can see, it is a little bit weaker. Winds are now at 35 miles an hour, moving off towards the west-northwest there at about 15 miles an hour. Again, the pressure continues to come up, and certainly the land there, the higher terrain, is certainly putting its imprint on Fred for the time being. So that's a good thing. Let me just do one more quick thing here. So here's the deal. Thanks, John. Thanks, Donna. Jojo Vaughn. There you go. So this storm is definitely going to be much weaker. Hurricane hunters are en route. And once they get down and in there, I'm going to show you where they are right now, we'll get a better sense of what's left of it. And if there is anything left of it, it does have the chance to get a little bit better organized and strengthen as it moves away from Cuba into the Gulf of Mexico. So for now, we've got mountains, we've got wind shear. Those are two negatives, and it's taking its toll on it right now. Down the road, if it can survive, then we're looking at Saturday, Sunday, and maybe even Monday, a couple of wet days here. We're going to have a rainfall forecast here for you in a second. Watches and warnings don't change with the intermediate advisory. Sorry, Tamisa. Shayna Lee, good to have you. Watches will likely continue to be extended north and west tonight towards Nassau, maybe up towards Havana. I've said this once, I'm going to say it again. We still have some thunderstorms on the south and east side of that center of circulation. For me, is likely right about now in this general area. That's probably where the center of circulation is, and it'll probably do something like that. So you can see the wind shear coming on the north side, kind of ripping things apart. Satellite perspective here shows, and I'll put the X where I think it is now, right about in here, shows some decent wind gusts there earlier, and a little bit of a thunderstorm burst there on the south side of the storm, so we'll continue to watch that as it pulls off towards the the west-northwest. The visible satellite was really cool at sunset. Let me do this. I kind of like to show this just because you can see, look at the thunderstorms there near Barahona, south of San Juan de la Maguana, and just west of Santo Domingo. Some really tall thunderstorms there before the sun set. So again, I think within the next hour or two we'll know for certain if the mountains are going to help kill Fred. The hurricane hunters are en route. In fact, let's go to them now. Sarah Miller, good to have you there. Cynthia, gotcha. Gamil, Juanita, there you go. Thanks, Juanita, appreciate that. So there's a look at the storm. Pressure 1009, still kind of getting in there. Nothing too crazy yet on the south side. Pressure anywhere from 1009 to about 1011. Jane LeBaron, Jennifer Hall, flying back to Orlando on Sunday, and flight lands around 11:30 p.m. Jennifer, right now I think it's rain, unless this thing really slows down and has a chance to further redevelop and strengthen. And I think we'll get a better sense of what we got here tonight once this thing comes back on the other side of Haiti after midnight tonight and by early tomorrow morning. So there it is, Thursday 2 a.m. coming through the Mona Passage. At that point we'll be able to determine whether or not there's still a circulation. Just the fact that we still have thunderstorms tells me that this thing wants to fight. Darlene Mize, Phil Short, Virginia, Christian Rowe. I think you're going to be okay. I think you're going to be okay in Miami. There's a look at Thursday. There's a look at Friday. There's Saturday 2 p.m. Near Naples, and then deeper into the evening. It should be far enough away that you would be okay. But definitely want to keep checking in on that. Jennifer Hall, you're welcome. Brenda Gumbola, good to have you there. And as you can see, then by Monday 2 p.m., pulling into Alabama and Georgia on the way out. So local radar. We're using the San Juan radar. You can see we don't have access to any radars there in the Dominican Republic or Haiti. If we did, you would have seen some data in there. So unfortunately, we don't have that. But the satellite does show that it's almost, it's over the highest peaks for sure. And so that's helping to weaken it, and it's pulling off towards the west-northwest at about 15 miles an hour. Joe Hernandez, I don't think there's going to be tornadoes, but we'll have to wait and see how this does, what we have come tomorrow morning to see where this could be headed. The good news is the majority of the models now are trending more towards the west. I do want to take a look at the American GFS model, though. Give me 1 second here. The GFS model, as I was looking at it earlier, was coming in. Was trying to trend closer to the coast. Yeah, so that's actually going back east just a little bit on the 18Z model run from the Florida Keys to Naples, right towards Tampa Bay. So we'll see. The other models from earlier in the afternoon were definitely pushing more towards the west. So the ABNI would be right where that purple line is, a shift back towards the east by just a little bit with the 18Z data on the AVN. So that's something we're going to be watching. Intensity forecast for now. This is some good news, folks. Through Sunday, as it's going by to our west, does not have a hurricane. It could potentially have a hurricane on Monday before it makes landfall up towards the Big Bend area. So that's one of the things that we'll be watching again very carefully. So for the headlines, again, for me, that interaction with Hispaniola tonight is going to tell us a lot by tomorrow morning. Is there a wobble? Does it move more east, more towards the west after it goes through the higher country? Remember, a track east means greater impacts to central Florida. A track farther to the west means less impacts on us here in central Florida. Now, the timeline has not changed. We are talking about this weekend. Rain watching the rain and any potential severe weather threats for me right now does remain low, but it's still there. I've not taken that off the table just yet. So one of the things I was showing tonight at 5 and 6 is this little spin. It's kind of like a little upper low in here. So that's been interesting. There's an upper low here. So there's a lot of shear in this area, and there's dry air as well on both sides of the storm. Those are two negatives. Once it gets into here, the shear goes away, and there's ample warm water for sure. So that would be one of the other things we have to watch. Mary Evans, good to have you. Mike Sarju, good to have you there. Happy birthday, Darlene. Dylan Shu, my executive producer, is popping in to say hi. Dylan, downgraded to a tropical depression. You saw that?
I did. What the hell?
No, that was expected because it's over. Remember, it's over some high country right now. So that's not unexpected. It's exactly what we were thinking. The question, though, for tonight, Dylan, is
will it re-strengthen?
Yeah, well, it won't re-strengthen tonight. The question is, as it pulls away from Haiti well after midnight, do we still have a center of circulation that will then have a chance to strengthen down the road? So that's what we're waiting on tonight. So we're at the point where we're waiting to see what happens tonight. Hurricane hunters are en route. They're actually there right now. They're circling it. We're going to show that data tonight and any information they may pass along to our viewers. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock, we'll have new model data. Are they trending more to the east, even farther west? And then at 11, of course, we have the cone. So the push at 10 is two things. It's weaker, and the updates on the models. And then at 11, of course, the new cone.
Got it.
All right?
All right, I can make that happen.
Again, links to close-up satellite loop, WSI2, is the cone.
Oh, WSI2 is the cone.
Yeah.
All right, so I want links to for the...
You have two. You probably want to show both of those at some point if you can.
Well, just for the headlines, I'll do the radar, the loop.
Yeah, perfect. Love it.
Thank you.
All right, Dill. See you. A lot of coordination goes on during the daily workflow, and Dylan's our nighttime executive producer, does a great job. So there's your little upper low there, little upper low up to the north. So there's a lot of wind shear. Lots of wind shear. Got wind shear here. You got wind shear here. And you got a storm system that's moving off towards the west-northwest. So locally tonight, though, things are pretty good. Storms are off towards the west again. There are a couple of other tropical gadgetries I want to show you here. I do want to show this. So upper low over Florida is going to sag southwest. The high is going to build off towards the southwest. A stronger high could be a push of the storm more to the west. A weaker high would be closer to the coast. Upper low is importing a little bit of wind shear for the time being. That should go away as we get into the weekend. If we have a center of circulation in the Gulf, that could help keep things in a gradual uptick in strength. Tara Lynn Tootle, Margaret Hess Monaco, Karen Beach, Paula Duncan Watts, all in house. Good to have each and every one of you in here tonight. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. So again, for me, the number one concern is is clearly the rain threat. The European and GFS are kind of the outliers a little bit on the eastern side of that cone. And there you go, Mary. Good evening to you, Diane. So the Euro takes a track that's basically from Tampa up towards Cedar Key, and that brings a lot of rain all over the peninsula. The GFS tonight has shifted back towards the coast, closer to the coast, meaning the potential is there for a lot of rain through Tuesday night with a slow-moving storm. So those are the keys there. Weather Prediction Center has a forecast that lies in between the European and the GFS models, and you can see what it's doing right there. It's got a ton of rain now back towards South Florida. That is going to be awful if that happens with all the issues they're having down there and with the high water levels already. So just to kind of put two and two together there, There's a lot of rain potentially coming our way. So there's the mountains. We're going to wait and see if this is going to destroy our storm system tonight. It's fighting tonight, though. I got to tell you, it is. There's a lot of thunderstorms on that south side of this storm as it's moving off towards the west-northwest. Here's a look again at some of the recent wind gusts. And you can see they were pretty decent there a short while ago. Let's see, evening to you, Ann. Terry Lottie. Oh boy, yeah, well, if that verifies that would not be a good scenario. That would be a lot of rain for folks here in Central Florida. There's Haiti, there's the Dominican Republic, and tonight getting some more graphic lifting, likely some flooding ongoing down there. Lisa Michelle, I hear you on that, and you'll get into your routine, girl. I know you will. You got this. So there's the hurricane hunters. There's the pressure that they found is about 1,009 millibars. They went on the southern side of the storm here, first cut across. Nothing that really stands out. Joanne Agristo, Lake Como, good to have you there in the house. Appreciate you as always popping in and saying hi. Love those emojis. Keep them coming. Let me know what you think of the graphics. Don't feel free to share this. The more shares we can get tonight on this Facebook Live feed, the more people we can put in the weather know. Erica Winslow, good to have you there in the Milk District. Jason Cunningham, Jason in Jerry, Kentucky. Danny Watkins, I missed his question. Give me that question again, sorry. Debbie Couch, you are most welcome. So there's your recon. Onena Carpente, good to have you there, young lady. Jason Bear, graphics are good. Thank you, Elizabeth. Appreciate you. The intensity forecast, someone was asking about that. You can see maybe Monday, one model hinting at hurricane if it can slow down. Tara Rodriguez up there in beautiful Deltona. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Ocala needs the rain. Boy, I'll tell you what, if this forecast verifies there's going to be a lot of rain. Life's a beach. Lisa, be safe in school. Bernie Fischetti saying hi. Sharing is caring. What's popping, Tony? Greg, we're just keeping an eye on this storm. Here's the probability or the likelihood of tropical storm force winds in Central Florida. So in far western Marion County, for now, about a 10% chance for experiencing those tropical storm force winds. There's been a little bit of a nudge back to the east with the American GFS model right along the west coast. So that difference of 50 to 100 miles could be a huge difference in how much rain we see through the interior. Juanita Jimenez, Joanne Igristo, Rule J. Parrott, good to have you there, my friend. Always appreciate you popping on in. Water temperatures, got to talk about this here because we have a storm that is quite warm. And let me do this. Let me stick in NHC. Let's go and stick in Fred. Let me get rid of that. And let me save this. So you can see Fred is certainly headed for some what we call bath water. Very, very, very warm water. So we don't want this thing to have much of a circulation as it comes down on the western side there of Haiti sometime after midnight tonight. So that's one thing we're going to be watching. The wave action, as you can see. What's up? Good to have you there, Josh. Chris Morano, good to have you. No, Chris, I actually have a graphic on that. You're absolutely right. Tara Rodriguez, it certainly can. And remember, that is the high-octane fuel that is necessary for storms to form. The warmer the water, the more potential fuel or energy there is for any tropical system. Let me get Fred in here And here's what I'm going to do now. Give me 1 second, folks. This is going to look a little funny for a second, but once I get this set up, you'll be good to go. So we got some wave action here. Waves are building both sides there. Let me do this. You're hearing a lot of clicking. That's me putting down some data. So there you go. All right, now I got to show you the new GFS and the hello from Alabama. Sue, good to have you there. What does? Oh, shoot, hang on a second. Yeah, I do, John. I'm going to show that here in 1 second. DeBerry's in the house. What does NB? There's no set millibars for a tropical system. Usually for a storm, 1,000 to 1,005 could be a tropical storm. 998. Every circumstance is a little bit different. So there's the Euro. There's the GFS. Euro's west of I-4. The GFS is literally hugging the west coast of Florida. So that's just a little bit different than earlier when it was a little bit farther to the west. Now I'm going to show them individually. And there's the water vapor. You can see it trying to come to life there. And there's 95 hitting San Juan. So it's rapid fire here. And the GFS really slows down. Look at that. Monday, even on into Tuesday, the potential's there for a ridiculous amount of rain. It almost looks like it gets forced southwest. So there's a lot going on there. There's going to be the potential for a lot of rain if the GFS does indeed verify. So there it is, GFS right there through the Florida Keys, Naples, Tampa Bay. And then look at this thing, just slows down for a couple of days in the northern panhandle there. And then notice at the very end there's a little feature that tries to develop on the eastern side of the Florida Peninsula. So a very, very busy weather pattern coming up here. Stacy Bruno, good to have you there. After Fred, there is Invest 95. There it is right there. So there's a Euro. Euro basically looks really far east and then hooks back towards the center of the peninsula and then up towards the Carolinas with the next wave coming at us right there by the middle of next week. So there you go. Rapid fire, a lot going on. Take a look at the Euro model this way. There's the Euro. A lot of rain. And then there you have it. So there's the potential for, if the GFS is right, very high rainfall chances would be through at least Tuesday, if not even Wednesday. So a lot to watch here. It's going to be very interesting to see what the 00Z or the evening runs do with both the GFS and the European computer models. John, it could, but remember, if it goes over, skims Cuba and goes over Florida from south to north, it's going to weaken on approach to Orlando. We get more concerned when it's, out over the Gulf or out over the Atlantic and kind of hugs the coast. So a situation where it comes straight up from the south is a big rainmaker. So that would be the cause for concern with that. Now, if it hugs the west coast or is just offshore, then it may have the chance to get a little bit stronger. You get that torque, get that thing becoming a little bit stronger, and then you run the risk for tornadoes. So that's it. Tomorrow's a good day to get out. Friday, not a bad day. But as we head into the weekend and next week, you can see the rain chances for sure are going to be up Saturday, Sunday, and even on into Monday, just FYI. So there you go. All right, gang, I'm going to put a pause on this for tonight, and then I'm going to get ready, make some updates here for tonight's 10 and 11. Again, sharing, following, liking the page are all things that I would greatly appreciate you guys do so that we can get the word out on this storm and kind of let everybody know what could be headed our way. Give them a heads up. so we can reduce everybody's stress. All right, gang. Remember, I do these Facebook Lives each night, right around 8 o'clock. Now, obviously, if this storm is around this weekend, then we'll do some Facebook Lives over the weekend and do our cut-ins as well. All right, gang. You take care. Oh, actually, there was one gentleman that had a question about Elsa and this storm, and I do have a graphic in here. Let me just find that real quick. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's a look at Elsa from earlier in the year, and there's a look at Fred's current forecast for the time being. So those are awfully close. Those comparisons, the Elsa path versus the Fred forecast. So, all right, there you go. All right, let me rock and roll, make some updates. You guys are a great group. Thanks for popping in, and continue to keep an eye on my Facebook feeds, my Twitter feeds, my Instagram feeds for the very latest information on the tropics and what is now Tropical Depression Fred. All right, gang. See you. Take care.